Hi Aries, how are you? Welcome back. Sorry I was gone for so long, but life, gets in the way sometimes and gets ahead of you. So thank you for being so patient with me and thank you for watching this. Even though I'm doing this a little bit into July, but I think you can still get a lot out of it. I'm gonna do a shorter video this month just so you can, get doing whatever you need to do. But I guess the first card is out, so we'll do that. So I'm gonna do just two rows, one for the first part of the month and then the other for the second part of the month. And I'm gonna pull an oracle card deck for your love life as an advice, or just something that you need to know or to watch out for, or release, or welcome into your life. So we'll see. Okay. Oof, Aries. Okay. There's gonna be some starting the month quite heavy, quite heavy. Let's see if it's gonna let go at all. It will. Okay. So you starting the month with the Sun, and then the Three of Swords, the Sun reversed, the Three of Swords, and Justice. I think for some of you there's going to be a deep sense of injustice that's been done this month, especially in the beginning of the month. Now for some of you, I think you're going to be working too hard, that you're not going to be able to take any breaks, that you're not going to be able to take a little vacation. I think for some of you, you're going to feel like disheartened about that, and you feel like it's unfair that all these people around me are taking breaks, are going to the beach, are having fun, I'm going to nature, but here I am, working so hard, and for what? Am I getting paid for it, as much as I deserve? So it's going to be a lot of that stuff coming up for you in the beginning of the month. It'll probably be like maybe until the 16th, when we have the other eclipse, which is a really powerful eclipse. It's going to bring a lot of things forward, a lot of things to fruition, a lot of things to completion, and you're going to see, like, really, was this worth it or not? Was this, you time apart, you time alone, you time working so hard, will it be worth it? Now, another thing to mention, this is the after tarot, so this is the regular classic tarot, but a couple of minutes after, a couple of seconds after. So in this deck, if you see, we have the Three of Swords in with a little band-aid. So I think there is good in this. There's a healing process. The healing process has started. So you no longer feel like so. And if we're talking about relationships, I think for those of you that are really going through a breakup in the beginning of the month, or maybe will find out that you are like being broken with, or you're gonna let somebody go, you're starting the process, you're starting the healing. But I have to warn you, you will be doubting if you make the right decision. You will be doubting if you made the right choice, or if you let the right person go, because, and I say the right person go because number three is a number of creativity, but also sometimes when it comes to love relationships, it has to do with three people. So it's a love triangle, right? Where if you're dating, then you have multiple suitors, or multiple women that you're trying to date, or want to date, or you're interested in. So with the Justice in reverse, I feel there's going to be a really hard time of letting go of somebody. And when you do, I think it's going to be, you're going to be questioning whether you did the right thing. Now, another thing to mention, we're in Mercury retrograde already, and then its shadow period, it's being felt even before it started. So be really, really careful with your decisions. I would say wait till the end of the month to really make that final cut, to really make that final decision of what you want to be, who you want to be with, and how you want to move forward. Now, if it's somebody that's breaking up with you, there's nothing that can be done about that. But also be mindful that they will be coming back. They will be coming back, and they will want you back, and they will come back with like an apology, or like, oh, I made a mistake, I really still want you, so and so and so. But I would advise you be really careful, because Mercury retrograde brings a lot of fogginess around and into the picture, and a lot of people just don't think clearly and they can't speak clearly, so there's a lot of miscommunication with the words themselves and how we interpret words, what's being told to us or spoken to us. So really take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Now, I am compelled to go back to the sun. For some of you, there's some issues around family that will arise in the beginning of the month that will feel you a little bit discouraged. That will really feel like a burden for you, and it could be some legal matters as well in beginning of the month, where it has to do with like contracts they need to sign, maybe even your job. Maybe you are having interviews and then they went with a different person, but they might be calling you back and say they won't say they made the wrong choice, but they would be like, oh, you're still interested. So expect some of that stuff to happen as well. Now moving into the second part of the month, even though the first was pretty intense, I won't lie, and I don't envy you with that. Going into the second month, we have a 9, we have 2 9s, and we have a 10 in reverse. Now in this deck, it's a little bit different. Now with the 9 of Wands, and then with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like here it's more letting your guard down, like not being so suspicious about people, not being so, like holding on too tight to, I don't know why I wanted to say secrets, but maybe for some of you it's secrets. Maybe for some of you it's time to like really let go of something that you've been holding for somebody else. Just a fear of them getting what they deserve, getting their karma back. So maybe for some of you that has to do with that, maybe keeping a secret for somebody, or maybe you're really keeping somebody, maybe you want to come out, or you want to let people know, but you're feeling really defensive, like, are people in my corner? Are people really going to be there for me, to protect me, to support me, to really provide the love and the care that I need? Are they really going to be there? So when you're holding, I think that's that fear that you're holding on too tight, that you're afraid that people are going to be there in your corner and they'll really back you up. And this can also be with projects too, not necessarily with personal issues. I think for some of you it also has to do with money, even though there are not a lot of money cards on the table. But with the 4 Pentacles, to me it's always about letting go of control, maybe not being overly controlled, maybe not like micromanaging as much. So if it's work related, like maybe not like be micromanaged so much, maybe like trust people. Trust is going to be a really big theme for you this month. Trust. Even though it's going to be hard, because again, Mercury retrograde has that fog over us, right? So we don't know what's the truth and what's not. But trust and that what's being done, it's in your favor, and trust that this justice will be served, but it's in own time, right? And then with these two, another thing I want to mention with the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Wands upright, and then with the 4 Pentacles in reverse, is that once you let go of that fear, the inner fear of like maybe people are gonna be too much into your own business, or like maybe they're getting too close. And I think for some of you this is relationship related. A lot of this is going to be relationship related. That maybe you're afraid to let people see you for who you are, and then you're holding on so tight, and you be suspicious of everybody just because of maybe your past drama, or maybe because of your past relationships, and then the baggage that you hold from that. So with this particular card, it's time to let that go, because if not, you have death coming for you in a metaphorical sense, where it's like the tighter you hold, right, the tighter, and then the smaller that opening is for other people to come in, and for the light to come through and shine through the door, right, and for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I think for you it's really going to be a lot about letting go and trusting people, and trusting that yes, you've been through a heartbreak, yes, you were lied to, you were cheated, you didn't get what you wanted, and then the other person got everything which they didn't deserve. And then you're really feeling that, you're feeling that hurt, you're feeling that injustice, you're feeling that like it's not fair, it's just not fair, it's not fair. Like I keep hearing it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair, and then you're going to be like, I'm not going to do that ever again. I'm going to be really protecting my feelings, protecting my money. I think for some of you, again, going back to the legal stuff, for some of you, you might be getting the shorter end of the stick when it comes to a contract. And then you will be watching your finances. The other thing too, now watch your spending. Watch your spending, Aries, because this is not a month to do so, because you will be spending more because you are feeling sad versus because you actually need those things. So really make a list of what you actually need, and then look over that list and like look over the list of you actually the things that you want. See if they match. If they don't match, let go of the other things that are not on the need list, right? And then moving at the towards the end of the month and into August, I love these two cards because, especially, I even know like they have a little bit of thing to them, not necessarily 100% positive, but with the Ten of Swords in reverse and with the Nine of Cups, I think this is almost feeling like you're at the end of it. Like, yes, you're healing, you're kind of seeing the end of the tunnel, but yet again, I think the hurt that you felt here and then the guard that you put up is so strong that I think you will be overindulging. You know, I think you will be overspending a little bit, and I think you will be closing off towards the help of your friends. That I think instead of opening up to them and really letting them know how you feel, you know, I think you will be asking that with overeating, over-drinking, going out too much, spending a lot of money, and just like indulging. And I think the same thing came up for Leo's overindulgence this month. But I think, again, it has to do with the Mercury retrograde. And, you know, I would really, really like advise you to open up, even though it's going to be hard, but trust and ask for help. You know, seek your friends, seek your friends for support, because you do have people in your corner. It's just a matter of like knowing who they are and vetting them carefully. You know, I know like it's hard to trust people, and I know some people don't. Definitely, you've been hurt and you've been burned too many times to trust people. But I think this month it's more about slowly opening up and slowly letting go of that control and those fears that you hold due to past trauma, due to past hurt in relationships that you felt in relationships, or mistreatment that you had in past relationships. Because the sooner you let go, the sooner you can move on, and the sooner this karma and then can really repair itself. But really, like, watch not to deal with that trauma by overspending, right? Because you're going to be paying for that, you know, yourself, and you don't want to put that on you on top of everything else, right? So let me pull an oracle card as a overall advice for your love relationship. Whoa. So chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, where I think, and that's why it hurts so much, because I think there's, and I think I'm drawn to this, I think there's going to be, maybe you will be just having a lot of one-night stands to get over that hurt. But yet again, be careful, be safe, try to stay safe, because you will be paying for it if you're not too careful. Let me pull one more, because this just fell and I just want to feel like pulling one more. Codependency, addictions. Again, back to that overindulgence, back to that feeling of, you know, like judging your current relationship, judging future relationship based on your past trauma. The sooner you let go of that, the sooner you heal from that, the sooner you seek the help to get to heal that wound and then to really understand it, the quicker, you know, like that codependency is gonna slowly, you're not going to be so connected to that or bring that into your future, you know, potential relationships. And then with chemistry, I think the other thing I just want to mention again, for some of you, might feel so hurt and you want to just like make the other person feel bad that they hurt you, that you're just going to be sleeping around a lot, or having a lot of one-night stands, And with that, just be cautious if you do. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of be cautious and be safe. So I'll leave you with that, Aries. I know it's a lot. I know it's going to be a really intense month for you, but I hope you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then crack that door a little bit. Let the light shine in. Okay? So if you like this video, if it resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And if not, leave me a comment. I'm always really interested to hear what you have to say. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in August. Bye.